Hey, make America great again, huh? All right, get ready with me this morning. Let's see. Let's jump right into it. Let's talk about Melania Trump. Okay, so Melania Trump is a former First Lady of the United States. Very, absolutely gorgeous woman. And I remember, I think she did some nude modeling with women. Uh, and I remember when Trump was running for president originally the first time, people the left shamed her, and the same thing happened to Kamala. So both sides do it. Um, but I felt bad because I thought Melania seemed like a very nice person. You know, regardless of what you think of her husband, Melania kind of gives me good vibes. And people picked on her really bad. And, you know, she was the first lady and she wanted to do some anti bullying stuff. And I just, just people were so nasty. Okay, so I posted something, probably going to be taking a break from Facebook because, of course, I got freaking upset as hell yesterday. But we'll get into that. I posted Melania's picture on Facebook, and I said, regardless of where I stand politically, I hope people are nicer to her this time because I think she can make a difference. And she's very, very intelligent. So, okay, now people criticize, with justification, of course, that people have observed that in a lot of pictures of like social events and things like that, Melania looks uncomfortable. And Trump is accused of ignoring her. Now, I am like kind of like that too. And if you knew my family, they would be able to tell you this because this is something that I do. When I am somewhere that I don't want to be, or I'm around people that I don't want to be around, I tend to shut down and I get resting bitch face. And I'm not saying that Melania has resting bitch face. That's just what I do. So, you don't know everybody. She might be like doing something like that. Maybe she doesn't like people. And maybe she knows. Okay, and that's another thing I can relate to. When you know all these people around you, or you have suspicions that the people you're around are thinking bad of you, then you tend to like shut up and you get that you get that look. Sometimes you wear your heart on your sleeve. So I don't think people are taking that the way it really is. That's just my opinion. So in that case, okay, if you really stand for women, then you would be supportive of the fact that you feel she's not being supported. So be kind to Melania. I'm excited to see what she does. I think things are going to be better this time. Because the media is very irresponsible. Looking back on it, they alienated their readers, called people Nazis. I don't know if the media did that. They just like encouraged people to do that to each other. But they conjured up so much hate for Donald Trump that people started trying to unalive him, and that is unacceptable. I don't care where you fall politically, that's messed up. And I know there's a lot of conspiracies about it, and I'm always open to hear the conspiracies, guys. I'm just sort of like citing the official story here. I love different perspectives. So, with that being said, yesterday I posted a picture of Melania and said, regardless of where I have fallen politically, because as you know, I have flip-flopped, I've always admired Melania. And I lost 3 friends. One person I've been talking to for years, which is, I'm really sorry he didn't stick around because I think he has good intentions, but he's not seeing something that I'm seeing. And I would have liked to explain that to him. But I mean, at least he gave me a goodbye message. Jeez. But then I got blocked by somebody in my family tree. So I'm going to try to fix that. Come on, people. I mean, I was upset. I started like bawling my eyes out. I woke my husband up in a dead sleep and he thought somebody had died and I was crying because I got deleted. So yeah, I think maybe it is time to take a break from social media. I'm not going to take a break from like YouTube because it's pretty low key here and this is like where I talk about my thoughts. This is like my little space. So I mean, Facebook is too. That's how I've stayed in contact with like friends and family and friends from high school. And you know, I freaking dished it out with the Trump supporters this season. And some of them got a little crazy, but you know, at the end of the day, they didn't delete me, and you know, it blew over. All is well. I voted the way the majority of Americans voted, which I think says a lot about what's going on in politics. Michigan ended up being red. So Grand Rapids, apparently, so they are usually blue. This time, they have like a really low, Kent County had a lower voter turnout than usual, and I'm kind of curious to know why. I think that's really interesting. I don't know. I'm actually thankful that people do get out and vote because, you know, at the end of the day, the Electoral College decides for us. But I do like to see the popular vote. I like to see what the public's thinking. And apparently we were all pretty much thinking the same. And I think people, you know, Hillary Clinton called us deplorable. Very unprofessional. I don't think that's fair. That's an abuse of power. And then Joe Biden called us garbage. Now, come on, Joe. Grandpa Joe. And then, did you all see the clip where he put on the MAGA hat? Like, it's just weird. There's always, I'm going to miss Joe Biden, because really, he hasn't really done anything. So there's really nothing to be, I don't know, I mean, there's that Afghanistan thing, which is pretty shitty. So yeah, I guess he's done some bad things. But, every time they put a camera on him, he says something, he does something crazy, and you know, at least he's good for a chuckle. You know, he's gonna get to retire on his beach. I don't. I mean, that's just like the nice way of putting it. I think that he was blindly voted in because the media had built up Trump to be some kind of dictator, and really the Democrats and the Republicans do work together on a lot of things. So I think Obama was the one that started building those camps out west. So, yeah, I paid attention to the campaign. And, you know, Kamala just, I feel kind of bad for her. I think she was thrust into that position. She wasn't... I don't blame her for being nervous and perhaps being a bit unprepared. And I think people saw it. You know, the campaign fell apart for me. And the thing I find interesting about the Democrats, I think they didn't anticipate this. They went really hard on a small demographic of voters years ago. To the point they focused on this like minority marginalized group to get a vote, but they went at it so hard that it sort of like set them up for failure, because a lot of people have like more conservative views, I guess. Uh, some people are like socially conservative. Some people are financially conservative. You know, it's like they think they went a little bit overboard and they shoved things in our faces so hard. It just turned a lot of people off. People are starting to see through things. I think Helene, Hurricane Helene, had a lot to do with it. I heard that the male Hispanic or Latino vote. Yeah, you know, it's funny. My son is Hispanic, and he voted for Trump. So yeah, there is something to that, and I know just from like the type of denomination that I typically go to, there's a lot of Hispanics in it, and I can guarantee they voted for Trump. So I just, you know, all the ones I know are Trump supporters. Uh, and that was proven in the demographics. Um, so I think that Kamala relied too much on celebrity endorsements, and I am not like into Taylor Swift, but for some reason the media, like the mainstream media, is trying to put it in my head that I love her. They just automatically assume that Taylor Swift is some kind of goddess that we all just love. And it's not true. I don't really like Taylor Swift. If you like her music, that's cool. I actually, you know, her music's catchy. She's got a good voice and stuff like that, but I think she's like in the occult, you know. So I'm just not like big into Taylor Swift, and I think that they anticipated that. I mean, that's rude. You're assuming that your voters can't think for themselves and you need all these celebrity endorsements. I mean, Trump kind of did that too with the Hulk Hogan. Uh, yeah, so I don't know. And Elon Musk, oh God. I mean, he's not really a celebrity. He's just like fucking rich guy. So, um, yeah, guys, that's what's on my mind this morning. Just treat each other kindly. I am personally relieved, and I want to talk about that bisexuality thing again. So I've been doing some thinking. A little time has passed. My husband is a straight, white, conservative Christian male, and he gave me the rundown, and I will not be surprised if my ass is sitting in church on Sunday. He did not like that. I mean, I'm just like, how come no matter what, it doesn't, I don't know. So, he is right though. I believe the Bible is 100% true. I'm gonna actually look into the Ethiopian Bible. Somebody shared that with me on Facebook, and, it's 800 years older than the KJV. It's got the Book of Enoch in it. I'm going to get a copy. Because I'm curious to know why those books were removed. So, be cool to get some, like, other perspectives, too. So, it is, like, so early in the morning. I'm going to run my errands at some point later in the day and then just sit at home and work on my room, and I'm going to watch some dead-end kid movies. See, that's something I would miss about Facebook, is that's how I access my dead-end kid movies, and it's really cool because a lot of the dead-end kids, you know, were born literally like 100 years ago, and their kids are all like older now, and they post in those groups, so it's really cool. I mean, when I was a teenager, I had problems, and I would come home from, I loved the social aspect of school, so nothing against my friends at school, I freaking loved it, but so school was always like a good place for me, school and church. But there were a lot of things going on, and I think the Dead End Kids. I would watch them on TCM. And I think they kind of represented, like, the backbone that I wasn't really necessarily being taught to have. Um, because, you know, it was the frickin' 90s. And they were tough guys. And I thought they were frickin' hilarious. I don't know. It's so funny. I got a dead end tattoo on my back. Yeah, they were like my poster children. My cousin Joey said I married Billy Hallop because my husband was kind of a punk when he was younger. But always on the dodge, that Billy Hallop. So yeah, I'll probably watch some Dead End Kid movies today. Little Tough Guys, East Side Kids. Oh, okay, the Bowery Boys I like, and that's what a lot of people know them for. Hunt Hall was a Dead End Kid / Bowery Boy, and he's on the cover of Sgt. Pepper. So I think that's like, I think they played those Bowery Boys movies like on Saturday mornings in England or something, and that's what a lot of people know them for. Those actually are not my favorite movies, and it's because they sort of changed the structure. And they put Bobby Jordan in the background. And he's my favorite Dead End Kid, so. And then Hunt Hall is probably my second favorite. And you know what, though? I love them all. They're all great in their own way. I always liked Gabe, because he was, like, kind of his own man. Always kind of a different kind of character. And he made really funny jokes. Hunt Hall is freaking hilarious. He is, like... So, I like comedies. Some of those Dead End Kid movies are, like, suspenseful and dramatic as hell. They're, like, about getting beat in reform school back in the 1930s. And Humphrey Bogart comes and saves the day. Ronald Reagan is in a couple of those movies. Yeah, so... I don't know, guys. These are crazy times. Everybody has been making fun of me for braiding my hair and taking time to get ready in the morning. I'm like, dude, my hair is so fried. It's 20 different colors. It's got to be fried up to here, and I'm so scared to cut it. I'm so scared to go to the salon and have them say, you got to cut it off. But maybe it's time. Everything else is new. Like, everybody at my work is new. I'm like one of the only ones in my department who has stuck around. It's just like the time. Well, that's not true. There's a couple other ladies, but things are different. But you know, at the same time, though, it's like everything's fine. Seems like everything is working itself out. I'm not as stressed out going to work anymore. And I don't have to be there today. That's pretty exciting. I already picked up my weed, so I ain't gotta go anywhere. Probably have Hubs run me up to the store. So, yeah. Happy fun time, guys. Well, what do you think? Be kind. Don't delete each other. It'll blow over. And I will see you next time. Bye.